I wanted where, and then I painted it white over what I penciled in, but just enough that I could still see the colors. And then I decided, no, I'm gonna go ahead and paint white over so it doesn't show, you know, you just don't want to take any chances. So I drew it out kind of on paper. So for the first part, I will put some resin down to put the glass on. A lot of people just put their glass on the top and then drizzle the resin over. I don't know. I've seen some of those come off, and so I always like to put the resin down first and then put the glass over it and then drizzle it over the top. But you know, everybody does their own way. But I mean, I'm just talking about working with glass, period, not just a geode. Because like I said, I've only done 2, and that was a long time ago. This is a Trekell board, and they're really nice boards. Sorry if I do have a mask on, but it's just one of those heavier COVID masks they gave us when we worked at the school, so I had extras. So anyway, so I might sound a little muffled. So what was I saying? Something about the glass. No? I don't even know where I was going with that. Anyway, so I'm going to put glass up here and down here. And I think I'm putting some in the middle. I don't know if that's too much though. So I might not. What do you think? This is some of the glass I have in my shop, and I call it champagne. Let's see, I forgot to set this up on cups. Sorry about that, completely forgot about that, but it's okay. I have the bottom tape too, so should be good. All right, we'll put one here. Okay. It'd be a good night to get in the jacuzzi. You hear it out there bubbling away. My husband went to bed already. I think it's, I don't know. I don't think it's 10 yet. But he wants to go turkey hunting in the morning, so. It's funny, I have my door open for outside, you know, and I live in the country. And I don't usually have this open at night. I usually have it open during the day. And I listen to the birds. But what I can hear out there right now is something out there in the woods. And I have no idea what it is. Sometimes I don't want to know what it is. Hope you can hear me. Okay, I'm just gonna leave that for now. All right, so that's what I'm going to do for now. I'm just laying the base of the glass down. And I'm going to real quick go over and get the fine grit glass. And pour a little bit over the top of this to kind of fill in the little holes. All right, here's a surprise. I'm gonna put this in there somewhere. I don't like that it has this iridescence on here. This is a geode, but I don't know why they had to put that on there. I really, really don't like that. I wonder if I put resin over that, if it would take some of that away. That's kind of cool. All right, well, I'm just gonna leave it over here for now. And let's see here. I'm gonna drizzle a little bit more resin. I am gonna take this off because I don't want that to be bumpy. I want that to be smooth. Sitting here working with this little bitty glass and standing here barefooted. Even though I put that fine glass in there, when you put this resin over it, it's just gonna shine it all up. Just make it sparkle everywhere. Alright. I have some leftover resin, so I might have to pour a mold. What do you think? Which one? Well, I don't have much room on my table here after I can't really move this. It's got to stay here. So, I'm just gonna see a little empty spot there. There you go. Yeah, I'm gonna put a little ink. I had a color that nobody had. They sent me from Octopus, and I gave it to Linda from Crazy Glass Lady. She's a real sweetheart. But she needed a coral color, and then I found that one that was starfish. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, that's like crazy that she asked me that. And it was perfect for what she needed. I hope, anyway. She'll let me know. She doesn't know she's getting it, I don't think. Left her a note in there. Oh, come on, why can't you open up for me? Oh, there it goes. I don't know, can you see that little starfish down there? Alright, I know, my hand's in the way now. Let's see if we can kind of drizzle this on. Yep. Let's try it this way then. It's air conditioning in here, so I don't get it. So see, I put too much. I tell everybody, I warn everybody, don't put too much in. Because it only takes a couple drops. You know? To do that, oh, did you hear that? You know, I told you I hear stuff in the woods. That was a cat fight. But what we have out here are bobcats. So it's probably mating season. And They have them here to try to keep the deer population down, but I think it's been curbed down quite a bit. So I think they can leave it alone now. Well, good morning, everybody. It's Saturday morning, and I am getting ready to put my color on. I've mixed, I think I mixed 6 ounces of resin, or 8, I don't even remember. I first warmed up my resin though, because when I came down here this morning, you know, it was kind of cool last night. It was in the 60s, and resin really doesn't like it unless it's like 70. And I had this door open, remember last night? So when I came down this morning, it was still pretty tacky. All the molds that I poured at the end were still squishy. And I mean, I know I mixed my resin right, so but the resin was also cold. So we have the air on the last few days, and I will tell you, my basement gets cool from the air conditioning running. And I always tell my husband to close up some of the vents because we don't need that much air conditioning down here. Sorry, I'm putting on gloves. Today I'm double gloving just to make sure. Last night I didn't have a reaction. Sometimes I do, and sometimes I don't. But I had the sweater on last night to cover up my arms. And I had no reaction whatsoever. I don't always get reactions, but I am allergic to resin. It came up on my allergy test. So anyway, so let's get started here. I have black, white, and gold. So, and I made 2 whites here because there's going to be more white than black. That's probably maybe too much black, but we'll see. I don't have my mask on yet, so it's laying here. I'm not heating the resin up yet, so it's not toxic. I'm going to save this off to the side because I'm sure I'll need more of one of those colors. There's not very much left over. This is, first of all, I'm using Midnight Black paste from Rez Angel White from Rez, and my special Iridron Pale Gold. It's my favorite. Pale Rich Gold. Oh, this is Pale Rich Gold? Hold on. So this is the Pale Gold. It's a very, very pretty color. So let's see here. I already put the other one in there though. I might have to scrap this one. Oops. Come on, Laura, now. Don't be getting messy. Well, I may be using that other one. We'll see. Maybe we'll use both of them. So I'm going to put these off to the side. That's the Angel White and the Midnight Black. And then there's the gold. It's very pretty. I'm going to show you the other gold, which is very, some people like it. This one is like a rich gold, pale rich gold. It's super goldy color. And this is the Angel White. All right, now the black. And I know this is going to be more white than black. And I'm going to run some gold through both for the white and black, I think. Just little lines through them. Yeah. Yeah, that's so big. Okay. Ooh. Slow down there, mister. You know, it's funny, but when your resin squiggles like this, it usually means it's thin. And I don't feel this is a thin resin. Okay. So I am gonna push this over the edge because there's that one little area on this side that I want to have a little bit of the color coming over the edge. And I mean, we're just talking like a 1/8 of an inch maybe. Okay. And I'm just gonna let that sit there for a minute and start on the next one. Hope that doesn't bother anybody. You hear that little scratchy noise? That is my canvas, or my wood panel. It's a Trekell wood panel, and it's gessoed already. So, okay, so this is white, this is color, and then that's white. So this is all black that should go on there. So, just gonna get in there and use it. I want it to come down the sides a little bit. Who actually likes to use their hands when they're doing their art? I do. I like to feel like I'm more into it, maybe, by putting my fingers directly in it. Is that weird? I don't know. It could be weird. I don't think it is, though. A lot of artists. The only thing I absolutely hated to have my hands in when I went to art school was pastels, the chalk pastels. You know, there's a lot of great pastel artists out there that they love that chalky feeling on their fingers, but I always felt like it was dry. It always made my hands feel dry. And I was young then, going to college, you know. But I just didn't like that chalk, you know. All right, I'm going to leave that for now. And let me see if I can get, this thing is old and ancient. Let me see if I can get it to work. If not, I'm going to get my, there it goes. Okay. I'm just going to let that sit for a little bit. And I do see something right here. I don't, what is that? And what is this? Something. There, it's gone. Let me see if I can pick this up carefully. Here we go. You did good there, Laura. Okay. So, should we just go at this? Maybe I should use the smaller end of the stick. Or maybe I should just go get some more sticks. Hold on 1 second. Oh, I absolutely love these sticks. They're great for pushing lines through and everything. So, it's been a long time since I've tried doing this. So let's see how it goes. Let's go fast. See, like I started here and I don't like this. But there's always a way to fix it. This stick is just not holding enough. Let me try the fatter end. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and go in here. Come on, not out of fuel. Come on. I'm gonna go get my lighter in a minute. He's being finicky. I don't use this one very often. All right, Let's see if I can get this going. I could get my heat gun out, but if I can do it without, I'd rather do it without. I think it's less toxic. When you put a heat gun on it and you start heating that resin up, yes, that's when it becomes toxic. And since I'm allergic, I try to stay out of it as much as I can. I feel like my lines need more. So let me add. Now, I was going to put some of this over the border of my glass. And I was actually going to paint it on, but I think since I have enough here, I will just put it on. I'm going to try something different. I'm going to actually try to pour this on. Let's go this way. This one kind of nice point edge. All right, now it's kind of getting thick, so I wonder how my white's doing. Okay, as usual, I go quiet. Hope you don't mind. I'll probably stick some music in there. I always have a focus time, and I'm not very talkative when I'm focusing. So, I don't like what this is doing here. But I'm going to leave it for now. See if I can scoot some of this up on here. It's still pretty cooled off, but I'm just kind of a little bit worried about getting in there. Well, what do you think? Is it coming together? Is it too much gold? It could be too much gold. I don't like that there. Kind of wanted this to spread out a little bit. I think I'm gonna have to get a stick. Push it. We have to just use this one here. I'm getting little dimples here, and I don't know why. This board was painted twice. Looking really good. Some of these things look like little fuzz busters in there, but they're not. They're actual colors. See, you can kind of get effects like that too by putting your torch down on your golds, kind of pushing them away. Hope you saw that. All right, for now, I'm gonna let her sit. Oh man, not good. Got to get that out. Oh, and then I stuck my finger in the other side. God darn it. All right, well, in a geode, even in the colors that you have, you're gonna have other colors in real life. ain't just white and black, and there's some colors in the actual rock itself. All right, let's move, buddy. Let's not stay in one place. I think I'm going to put some white on top of you. Might just leave that for now. Put the white on later. All right, so I'm leaving it at this for now. I'm going to torch it again. I still see more air or little bubbles. Come on. Now I see a little thing here. Where the heck did you come from? It's a piece of glitter. I don't even have glitter out. All right. Come on. Oh, this little turd. It sure works better to get those bubbles with the torch. There we go. I don't know why I'm getting bubbles, because, like I said, it was gessoed, and it was also, okay, it's getting a, oh shoot. And it was painted twice, so there should not be any air bubbles popping through there. I think I'm just going to leave it at that for now. Looking for, you know, if you have little dust bunnies, we all have them. They come through the vents, you know. Sometimes you can just take a little stick like this with a point on it and just inspect your painting, okay? Get really close. Put your eyeglasses on if you need to put them on. And just look over them. And if you see any of them, all you got to do is, if you don't want to pick them out, you can actually push them in and they won't be seen, because they're just little dust bunnies. That's what we call them. Now, I'm actually going to do a flake coat on this when it's all done anyway, so. But I used to do this all the time, you know. Now, if it was a hair, I would take it out, you know. Like, that looks like a little bitty hair. Oh, it is. Did you see that one? That probably came off my sweater. That might have been one of Murphy's hairs. There's another one. He's gone now. Yeah, I'm still finding some of his hairs around here. It's getting better and better each day. We definitely have to move the couch out and the furniture, and I had a little thing that I actually used to get underneath, like the tables along my wall, you know, I don't know what you call it. It's kind of like a sofa table, but it's, anyway, so, I got to move all those out, but I have a little thing that I get up underneath there to get all his hair out, you know, while he was still alive. And then I have, I don't know, 3 different vacuums that I used: a stick vacuum, a regular vacuum, and then a sharp floor vacuum that you could use on carpet or flat engineering flooring. But anyway, all right, so that's it. I'll see you in a little bit. Bye. So I just, welcome back. And I just mixed up some glitter. I've been having issues with my resin not curing fast enough, and I think it's because it's a little bit chilly down here. I mean, it's not that chilly, but anyway, so it's finally cured now, so I can go ahead and put some glitter on. So I mixed up, I don't know, about 4 different glitters here, and so I hope it looks good. And it's pretty thick. Oh no. All right. I'm definitely nervous with this one. It's pretty chunky, and I didn't make the hole really big because I didn't want a big line. I kind of wanted it to be smaller. But the hole had to be big enough to squeeze out the chunks. So I'm going back over this a little bit. It really stinks down here. From everything from, I don't think it was the resin, but I did use this stuff. It's a gold leaf paint, and it really stinks. So anyway, dang it. And I feel like we need another one in here. I'm going to put one here too. And I might make some of this a little bit thicker in some spots. I think that's all I'm going to do. Except maybe a circle around here. Okay, that's all I'm doing. I will come back in the morning and put a layer of white through here because of this spot right there. Maybe this can be a thin one. All right, I'm just gonna leave it like that. Well, good morning. It's Sunday morning. And I am just going to outline some of these lines. I have to run out and get, of all the white permanent markers I have, they're just not really, I don't know, a couple of them don't say it's permanent on them, and I've used stuff like that before, and then you pour the resin over and it's not permanent. So, and I don't want that to happen. So, I'm just going to outline them. I did this one already. I didn't do the inside of this one. I did the inside of this one, but I didn't do the outside. And let's finish this side over here. Oops, went up on the glitter line. That happens sometimes. Yeah, I'm trying to decide if I even want to put, I thought about putting some thin lines of black and white with this gold. I have acrylic markers from Let's Resin. I've been looking where the heck I put those because I found the lid to them, but I can't find the box that has them. Oh, nope, that's not it either. Same color. Yeah. So I got to do the inside of this one. And then last night, when I was doing the glitter lines, I got one little drop. And this part was, you know, touchable. But I got one little drop of the glitter in there. And I tried to pick it out first, I think. And then I thought, well, I'll just spray a little alcohol on it and wipe it off with a Q-tip, you know. Well, it caused the surface to be really bad there. So I did pour on some clear white there. And I guess I kind of like that because some of the white Didn't stay white because my table is normally level. But I'm telling you, if you have anything on these mats, whether it be and I did clean this mat before I used it. But all it takes is just like, I'm just going to show you just one little spot here. This is just a little bit over pour. And don't mind my hands, they're filthy from using this stuff. My whole basement smells like this stuff. And it'll damage your brushes and everything else. You have to soak them like in either acetone or something else. Anyway, so yeah, that's all it takes. And that'll set your board off a little bit. And it didn't slide a whole lot, but enough. You can see the black was here, and the white went over it by that much. It looks kind of like a shadow, because this was there, but never mind. Yeah, I gotta do this. So anyway, yeah. So I do have this piece of white. Now I will do a flood coat on this. So like this is raised a little bit, but once you do the flood coat, you won't see it. I'm going to tape the sides up and just do a flood coat, and then I'm going to release the tape after about 45 minutes and then let it pour over the sides, and that'll be smooth. So yeah, so I don't know, do I want to add some black lines or white lines in here right next to the gold, and then maybe another gold line? So many options, you know. And then I got these small little crystal points, and I thought about putting a cluster over in this corner. Do you think that'll be too much with this geode that's right here? I don't know. I think I'm going to skip it. But that's where I'm at right now. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't bother with putting another color, but I sure wish I could find my Let's Resin markers. I just bought those, and I've used them. I had 2 of them sitting here, and I went to put them away a couple nights ago. I think it's these. Yeah. I couldn't find the box. I found the top that goes over the box of markers, but so I'm going to look a little bit more. If I don't find one, then I'll go grab one up at Michael's something, and then flood coat, and then I'm done. Because it's got white background, so I think I will go over these. Don't get rushed, Laura. That's what happens. You get rushed and you get sloppy. I don't know if I like this extra gold line, so I might, if I could still take it off, I might take it off. Well, I'm definitely going to be fast forwarding through this so you don't have to watch this whole session. But I don't think I'm going to go around. I think I'm going to go to the edge and then bring it back over the edge if I can squeeze it in there. So what I did is I taped up the sides, and I'm just letting the top panel of this board, it's going to have the you know, colors running over. So hopefully nothing leaked underneath the tape. What do you think? You think I should try to squeeze in there? Or just maybe take it up to the edge here? I think that'll look just fine. All right, so real quickly, I'm just going to show you, I'm taping up the sides to do the flood coat. And what I like to do at the end of the tape is to fold it over so that when I go to take it off, it's easier to pull it away. It's a sticky mess when you do this way. But it gives you a super flawless finish, basically. And I want it to still have the shine on that top part of the panel. And then once that's cured, I'll take the rest of the tape off. So there you go. I'm ready. Okay, everybody. Now this is the final step. I made 8 ounces of resin. I put it through the debubbler only for 5 minutes, and look what it did. It kind of started to run over the sides. And I caught it just in time. It wasn't quite done with 5 minutes. And so yeah, I only got a couple drops at the bottom of the bubble maker, or bubble releaser, or whatever it's called, from Resner's. I love that machine, but I didn't expect this. I have a feeling there's going to be a leaky spot on this side. From the tape that I have taped on the side. And it's okay if it does. I mean, I have this mat. So I'm going to start with that right now. shoot, I forgot my mask. Well, I'm not going to heat the resin up yet, so I will put it on in a minute. Right now I'm just trying to make sure that resin touches the whole surface here. I have this taped up because I think I explained I'm going to pull the tape and let it drip over. Right now it's too thick there. But when you cover up this this rock, it keeps it from being too sharp if anybody should handle it. One thing about resin, it's so shiny that you have to walk around it and see if you got everything, you know? Yeah, I feel like this is a low spot. When I use my heat gun, I like to use it on low. Because when you use it on high, you are actually causing it to start curing faster. And so it's always best to use it on low. And I can do that when I'm this close to my surface. Technically with resin, you should be about 12 inches high or 12 inches above your surface, unless you're on low. Yes, you can do this with a torch as well. I've seen resin when it's past its working time, and then when it cures, it kind of crinkles up. So 30 minutes is really a good work time, except if you're using like ultracast or let me make sure there's some back here. Probably won't really matter when I pull that tape. Because once you pull the tape, you heat it on low again, and the resin will start dripping over the sides. And that's what you want. Now I feel like it's too heavy, too high over here. I'm gonna pull that stick out a little bit. What do you think? Oh, I can see it starting to drip out a little bit. Oh no, that's old. Well, that looks pretty dang good. I'm gonna leave it like that, and I'll be back in about 45 minutes. I'll shake a little bit of this crystal clear glass glitter just along the tops of the glass. Gives it some more shine. And I think that's it. I see. Hold on. Where's my sticks? A little piece of glitter. in there. Is there some there? Nope. Okay, now it's heavier on this side. See, there's a little bit dripping out. I don't know if you can see it right here. The other ones are dry, but this one here is leaking out right from under this last piece of tape that I put on. But it'll be fine. Yeah, I'm going to get some resin down there. It's not going to be that big a deal. Okay, here comes the messy part. Actually, first I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle a little bit of this on. Yep, if you ever get a little dimple in your resin, just heat it up. Okay, let's put a little bit over here. I'm trying to move fast, but not too sloppily, because I don't want this in the other parts of the resin. Just on the glass. Alright, my piece where I had it doubled over, it's right here. And again, this is very messy, but worth it. And then this is going to start dripping once I heat it up. And will flow over the sides. And it will be all messy on this board. Well, it's already messy anyway. We are almost done, guys. Ooh. Almost done. Oh, it's already pulling over the edge. It's perfect. All right, let me go through this. Oh, I got nope, not gonna go there. All right, so it's dripping along the edges. And just a low heat gun. Help it go over. Just along the outer frame of your substrate. You can also swipe it like this so that you don't have like too many drips showing up. Here's one piece of, I'm gonna have to sand that off when I get done with this. It's a sharp piece right there. All right. It looks good. Looks really good. Done. I will start uploading my video, and then I'll get a glamour shot of this and then post it at the end. Hey, do me a favor. Be nice. Be nice to people. Be kind. I say this at the end of all my videos. I've been saying it for years. It's in on my business page. It's everywhere. And I've been in my business for 8 years. So it's all about not being a bully.